What if I told you the Chicago Bears offseason is far from over, and a landscape-shifting trade is brewing right before our eyes? Rumors are swirling that General Manager Ryan Poles has a massive trick up his sleeve, and some of the names being tossed around will leave you absolutely speechless. From a home run-hitting running back to a game-wrecking pass rusher, we have 5 mind-blowing trade scenarios that could turn this roster into an unstoppable juggernaut. If you want to stay ahead of every single breaking trade rumor and roster update, make sure you smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel right now. The first and second waves of NFL free agency have already come and gone, taking a massive toll on the open market and shifting the balance of power across the entire league. We have watched huge contracts get handed out and rosters completely reshape themselves, but the dust hasn't fully settled just yet in the Windy City. But seriously, after everything we've seen so far, would it really surprise anyone if Ryan Poles pulled off another offseason masterpiece? We already know there has been actual dialogue regarding massive stars like Max Crosby, which proves the front office is actively hunting for impact players to put this team over the top. Today, we are diving deep into 5 incredibly dramatic, franchise-altering trade proposals. These aren't just wild guesses, these are highly calculated moves. 3 of these ideas involve bringing absolute studs into the building to elevate our ceiling, and 2 involve shipping familiar faces out to optimize our cap space and speed. You will want to hear every single detail of these. Let's kick things off with an absolute blockbuster idea that would send shockwaves through the entire NFL, acquiring running back Achane from the Miami Dolphins. Just picture Achane in this offensive system. The sheer speed, agility, and explosiveness he brings to the gridiron would be completely unbelievable. To make this happen, the proposal sends our highest second-round pick, 57th overall, over to Miami. Let's be real, I don't think a third-round selection, especially a late one, would be anywhere near enough to pry away a generational talent like this. There's also a fascinating twist here, offering DeAndre Swift as part of the package, with an asterisk assuming the Dolphins are willing to take on his remaining contract. Miami could use a reliable starting running back to instantly bridge the gap for the season, but if they pass on Swift's salary, we could easily flip him to a running back-needy team. A squad like the Seattle Seahawks, who are desperately searching for backfield answers, makes perfect sense. If we secure Achane, there is simply no room for Swift on this roster. The new backfield dynamic would feature Achane as the undisputed lead back and our electrifying home run threat, with the young bulldozer Kyle Manangai stepping in as the punishing, physical bruiser. That 1-2 punch would be an absolute nightmare for opposing linebackers. Achane just came off a sensational campaign with over 1,300 rushing yards and proved he is a lethal weapon out of the backfield with nearly 150 combined catches over the last couple of years. He could legitimately be our version of Jahmyr Gibbs under Ben Johnson's scheme. While surrendering a premium draft pick definitely stings, Achane's cap hit is a mere $5 million, making him drastically cheaper in year 1 than DeAndre Swift. Even if we extend him immediately, the money works beautifully. Question of the day: would you be willing to sacrifice a premium draft pick if it meant bringing a certified superstar to Chicago? Or is building through the draft still the only way to go? Let me know your exact thoughts down in the comments. Moving on to trade idea number 2, this one might frustrate some loyal fans, but it makes total financial and strategic sense. Shipping linebacker T.J. Edwards off to the Dallas Cowboys. Edwards has been a phenomenal, hard-hitting player for us, and if he stays for another year, I have absolutely zero complaints. However, the front office has repeatedly tipped their hand and screamed from the rooftops that the ultimate goal is to get much faster on the defensive side of the ball. Just look at the free agency moves they just made. They brought in Devin Bush, who flies with 4.4 speed, and re-signed Marco Jackson, one of the quickest cover linebackers in the entire league. T.J. Edwards is a fantastic downhill thumper against the run, but he lacks elite sideline-to-sideline speed and is currently recovering from a fractured fibula. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys are absolutely desperate, hunting around for linebacker help throughout the entire free agency period. A late-round pick swap, sending Edwards and a 7th-round pick to Dallas in exchange for a 5th-round pick, would be a massive win-win scenario. We cannot simply cut Edwards without eating dead cap money, but trading him frees up a very helpful $6.2 million. With Noah Sewell hopefully recovering from his Achilles injury and the promising Ruben Hippolyte II developing nicely behind Bush and Jackson, we have the young depth to survive. It always hurts to lose a fan favorite, but evolving the defense into a modern, lightning-fast unit requires making these tough, calculated business decisions. Now brace yourselves for trade idea number 3, because this one is pure edge-rushing excitement, trading for New York Giants star Kayvon Thibodeaux. There are heavily conflicting reports regarding his actual trade value right now. Some sources claim the Giants are stubbornly demanding a second-round pick, while others suggest his market has completely cooled to a day 3 selection. Let's meet right in the middle for a realistic proposal. We send over our third-round pick at 89th overall, and in return, we get Thibodeaux plus a 6th-round pick back from New York. Thibodeaux is undeniably talented, but let's be brutally honest. He is entering the final year of his rookie deal, carrying a 5th-year option worth roughly $14 million, and he has yet to truly reach his superstar ceiling. He is the textbook definition of very good, but not quite great yet. Because of that, I wouldn't instantly hand him a massive contract extension. Instead, I'd make him prove his worth on the turf this season. Best case scenario. He balls out, realizes his full potential, becomes a foundational cornerstone on our defensive line, and earns that long-term bag. Worst case. He is a 1-year rental who dramatically upgrades our pass rush before walking in free agency, potentially netting us a highly valuable compensatory draft pick down the road. Stacking Kayvon Thibodeaux alongside Montez Sweat, Austin Booker, Dayo Odeyingbo, and Shamar Turner would instantly transform our defensive line into a terrifying, deep rotation that opposing quarterbacks will dread facing. Let's keep the chaotic momentum rolling with trade idea number 4, and this one might genuinely shock a few people, sending cornerback Tariq Stevenson to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 5th-round draft pick. We all know the coaching staff is aggressively looking to add a brand new cornerback to this football team. Stevenson is insanely talented, and I honestly still believe he has a high ceiling, but his tenure here has been a wild roller coaster of frustrating inconsistencies. Kansas City is in a desperate panic after losing their top 2 starting cornerbacks, Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, to the Los Angeles Rams. They only have Joshua Williams left in the immediate pipeline and urgently need to acquire starting caliber talent on the boundary. Tariq Stevenson could be exactly what the Chiefs are praying for, a former 2nd-round draft pick with tremendous physical upside who might just need a total change of scenery to unlock his prime. From our perspective, dealing him away instantly clears up $1 million in precious cap space. If the coaching staff truly viewed him as an irreplaceable, locked-in asset, he wouldn't have been heavily rotated down the final stretch of last season when the rest of the secondary was having struggles. By clearing his contract off the books, we pave the way for Terrell Smith, or perhaps a top-tier rookie we grab in the draft, to step up and confidently compete for that number 2 cornerback job. Finally, we arrive at trade idea number 5, an under-the-radar masterpiece, acquiring defensive tackle Moro Ojomo from the Philadelphia Eagles for a 3rd-round pick. The Eagles are currently suffocating in a massive financial bind. They recently shelled out huge money to extend Jordan Davis, and they are desperately trying to find the budget to extend superstar Jalen Carter. Because they also heavily invested in the draft last year, Ojomo might be squeezed right off their roster purely due to salary cap mathematics. Make no mistake, Ojomo is a young, rapidly ascending superstar in the making. Last year, he was an absolute menace as an interior pass rusher, racking up 49 total pressures and 6 sacks. His pass rush win rate was completely off the charts for a defensive tackle, sitting at over 10%, which is easily double the league average. We desperately need a true difference maker on the interior defensive line. Jervin Dexter Sr. is a solid, completely serviceable starter for another year, and Grady Jarrett still has some veteran presence alongside Neville Gallimore, but Ojomo is on an entirely different level. Adding his explosive, 3-down versatility would be the ultimate defensive masterstroke of the offseason. So, let's aggressively recycle through these 5 massive, landscape-altering trade proposals. Trade idea number 1, Devon Achane to Chicago for a 2nd-round pick and DeAndre Swift. Trade idea number 2, J. Edwards to Dallas for a late-round pick swap to save millions in cap space. Trade idea number 3, Kayvon Thibodeaux and a 6th-round pick to Chicago in exchange for a 3rd-round pick. Trade idea number 4, Tariq Stevenson to Kansas City for a 5th-round pick. And finally, trade idea number 5, Moro Ojomo to Chicago for a 3rd-round pick to anchor the defensive line. Which of these 5 massive trade scenarios is your absolute favorite? Drop a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the comments section below. And rest assured, if General Manager Ryan Poles pulls the trigger on Josh Sweat, Max Crosby, or any of these incredible superstars, we will be breaking it down the exact second it happens.